after months, after a full month of waiting, it is now time to review this incredible toy. Well, before we review it, we have to fully combine it. So what you want to do is take, well, you know these little parts? You snap them into, well, first I need to take it apart. You snap them into this. There are ports on both sides, and it's very firm in there, so they won't fall out easily. Next you want to, well, I like to do this. I lift up the arms of Devastator. And this thing is, I don't have a tape measure with me at the moment that I brought to the review station. But I've measured this before. It comes out at about like 17.5 inches tall when fully combined with, well, not 17.5, more closer to 18 inches tall, as advertised on the box. Too bad I can't show you the box. Oh wait, I could if I wanted to, which I kind of don't because it takes up a lot of room and it's in pretty bad shape. I saved it for just this review, but I mean, it looks bad. Next we want to take these two guns here, put them together, put them in either his left or right hand. And then you want to come to this little box, purple box at the top. I like to turn around his head whenever I transform him. Then you turn around his head. And there you have Devastator. I've tried my best to get this thing in full frame, all in one piece. But he's just too big. I mean, I could always go backwards with this. And yeah, that's a little thing for the Batcave right there. And now he's kind of all in frame, but not really. Because, well, actually, yeah, he is. Welcome to the review. Hey, how you doing? This thing is massive. I'm just gonna move the camera back forward. Crap. Alright. So there we go. Let's raise up the camera again. Anyway, what to start off with? Well, first we're going to start off with paint apps. The paint apps are the same as I've shown you in every thing. In total, this guy has about 4 Decepticon symbols just on him. And I might actually have to go back to... Okay, hold on. This one's upside down. There's 1, 2, and 3, 4. Where should I start with this thing? Paint apps, like I said, they're mostly the same. I'm working on customizing, I customized the arms a bit. As you can see, there's a bit purple in there for shading. Other paint apps that I didn't already talk about, is this massive Decepticon symbol here, and these paint apps here. They're pretty good. No problems, at all, except for right here on the, little Decepticon symbol. There's a little paint defect, on that little arrow, that little white dot, where is it? Right there, in the part. As you can see, it's scratched off or something. And here's the head. This thing is pretty big, and when compared to the size of his head, it's out of proportion. But that's the way that Devastator has always been. His head is painted silver with a red visor. And other than that, there's no more paint ups on it. There's a screw hole in the back of his head, which I've tried removing the head, but I don't know if it's possible on the Hasbro release of it. So anyway, oh yes, I've promised to talk about articulation. Now let's start off with how I always start off articulation parts in videos. Let's raise up the camera a bit for the head. As you can see, all that the head does is do a 360. The only way to get him looking down on other people is by bending his legs forward, which is unfortunate. I mean, he can look up a bit if you do that, but why would you want him looking up? He's a giant figure. This guy is taller than MPO1 Optimus Prime, which I'm going to bring in for size comparisons in a second. But all his head does is rotate from side to side. It does a full 360. No hindrances there. His arms, they can go all the way around, and that barely missed the little sheet back here. And they can go. This one can go up that far. The other one can go up that far. Unfortunately, they're different. But that's because Bone Crusher is not a very good toy. Anyway, both arms feature a single-jointed elbow, but unfortunately, I don't know if you can see this, but backing it up, holding up the gun with just the elbow, mine is loose. I might have to try to fix that somehow, but I don't know. You might be able to call this a bit of articulation, like the little bucket back here. This bucket right here can move a bit, but I mean, it's not really articulation. So anyway, the hands rotate. I don't know if you can see that, but the hands rotate. He can actually, in some cases, he can actually, yeah, he can do that. But that's just so that figures can hold on to him. This thing is a bit back heavy. I've never had this before, but this leg, this right leg somehow gets out of line and makes the whole thing topple over, which is bad. But you just gotta make sure that he's flat and sturdy. He features a. Am I zoomed in at all? No, I'm not. Fine, I'll just go down. Why are his? Okay, now it's locked in. Alright, anyway, sorry about that. He features a slight waist pivot, swivel, I guess you could call it. These things move up and down, which are used for these silver parts to kick forward on very good ratchet joints. These things will not be falling down whatsoever, or be going down at all. They go. Okay, so they go back that far. And, oh god, this is hard to do. Okay, come on. Oh, I'm sorry about this. I'm going to take the gun out and go forward that far, which is a bit lackluster. But considering the size of this thing, the fact that they even got it to go that far is amazing. Well, his legs do go out. God, that far. Or that far. This thing is heavy. Sorry for the weird noises. He does have this little joint, this black joint right here, which is Mixmaster's leg joint, or knee joint, which bends it forward like that. Which is unfortunate because sometimes they get weak and will topple him over, which is stupid because this thing is $160 normally, plus shipping, because this thing is 2 years old now, and these things wear out after time. That's bad. But it does have a thigh swivel there. Knee his right knee goes that far back. And we're almost done. His left knee goes that far back, more than the right one, so a little weird. And then both feet feature a great, not very great, but like good range of ankle pivot, so you can get him into dynamic poses. Unfortunately, that's a bit hard to do because, like I said, these black joints right here tend to do that. Like once you pull him forward, he's gonna fall over. And that's bull crap to me. I think they should have like got rid of those completely, or like made the joints harder to move. Like the freaking leg joints are. Anyway, size comparison time, I guess. So anyway, for size comparisons, you can see like little parts of the figures I have for size comparison. Actually, measuring this thing, this is gonna be hard to do. Okay. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Need to lower this a bit. Alright, there we go. You can see that he goes over 19. You can't see that because my camera isn't raised up high enough. I'm sorry about that. Let me just raise it up a bit. Shoot, this is hard to do with one hand. Alright. Now, as you can still can't see it. Still can't. Now you can see that he goes over 19 inches tall to that little bucket on Bone Crusher right here. His head is lower than 18 inches, so been a long time since I've done that. By which I mean done the size comparison thing. So first up we have the freaking 1,000 pound Masterpiece MPO1 Optimus Prime, which I'm going to lower down the camera again so that you can see it better. You can see how small he compares to this guy. And this guy actually weighs more than this guy who has die-cast parts. This guy has some metal in him. I don't know where exactly. I mean, like, you can count the screws as it. But I know that he has some metal in him. Like, maybe in the waist. But, as you can see, he towers over this guy. He towers over everything in my collection other than, well, me. So, he towers over the Death Star, which is lit. Anyway, next we have to get even lower, because we have the Age of Extinction Leader Class. Don't fall. Okay. Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. I don't think that this guy is Leader Class scale. Of course he's not. They're Voyager Class size figures. But you can fudge it, I guess. Right, we got 2 primes left here. We got Voyager, RID, Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime which I think he scales great with these things, which you can see the next prime there. Anyway, he scales good with this guy, but not perfect. So he's going over here with Leader Prime, which this guy is actually my favorite Transformer I have, so second only to this guy. So anyway, here we have the Deluxe Class Transformers Animated Cybertronian Optimus Prime, who I'd say they're kind of in scale, but at the same time, I really don't know. So anyway, he's going over there. Next, we got, for another scale, we have a Lego figure here. Lego Superman, which isn't going to stand, of course, because everything has to go wrong. Anyway, Lego Superman, who Honestly, this guy is so big. He's not even in scale with these guys, so I say he's more in scale with this little stud right here. Maybe 2 studs right there. Can't even see that crap. Can you even see that? I don't know. It's hard to see my camera nowadays because of the... Sorry for this video having like stuff like this all over it because my review station not made for this thing. Anyway, I think it's more in scale with like 2 stud tall things. 2 Lego studs tall. Anyway, that's it for this video, and hope you enjoyed this journey we took together. Basically, I filmed it, you guys watched it. Not a lot of people like Transformers, apparently, because nobody watches these videos. Hopefully, a lot of people watch this one, because this was a hard video to do. I actually, in between cuts, to get all these figures, I picked up and moved Devastator, and he fell over on my finger, and it, like, hurts really bad now. So, anyway, see you guys later, bye.